We good to go? All right, so a little late getting my announcement for my January reading list. I feel like I should feel guilty for having never read any Neil Gaiman before. I know of him, and I respect his support of writers and the arts and stuff like that. I think he's definitely an amazing public figure, but I have never read any of his work. I would hesitate to say I've never read any of his work, and I've never seen any of his work, except for it's not entirely true. He did Good Omens, right? I saw the what do we call it, a mini series? He was partly involved with that one, I think, right? It wasn't him solely. He did it with did he do it with Pratchett? I don't remember. I don't know much of it well enough to understand what he has and hasn't done. I do know that he's partly involved with Good Omens. I do know that he's known for, there's something called Saga. Well, anyway, I've not read any of his stuff. I've not seen any of the series that are out. But one of the things I will be reading this month is Neverwhere, which is his. I believe it's a collection of short stories, right? Maybe, I don't know. I have no idea if it's a collection of short stories or if it's a novel. I'm just trying to look at in the front cover to see if there's a table of contents or if it just shoots right into the story. Looks like it's a novel. Okay, so we'll find out from there. But the other thing I'm going to read of his this month, I got this for the holidays, and it's a graphic novel. But I am very curious. I'm excited to get into Neil Gaiman, especially as like a first-time adventure into Neil Gaiman's work. So yeah, I'm kind of excited. I will probably jump into this one right away. Oh, well, maybe I'll read this one first, which I don't know. I will probably try to do my 1-minute review of each of these as the time comes. That gets harder to do sometimes. People don't realize how difficult it is to do a 1-minute review for a book. Like sometimes when there's a lot you want to talk about, doing a 1-minute review is a challenge. But I like the idea of being able to give a 1-minute poppy review and potentially going further into discussing the topics that I want to talk about more in a more lengthy, dedicated video for that. I've been thinking of doing some of my artwork as a sort of time lapse with just sort of like I've seen people on YouTube who do videos where they talk about a topic over the screenplay of video games happening that are unrelated to what they're talking about. I've seen people do time-lapse videos of doing artwork, talking about doing their artwork. I feel like there's room in this world for an overlap of those two ideas. I want to sit down and work on some artworks, show my work on my artworks, and discuss the books and topics that dig into my brain and make me want to talk about things with them. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. I think Ursharak or whatever the heck that book was, like there are things I definitely want to say about that book, but it's not because I thought it was thought-provoking. Like, just to be blunt, that book should be included in writing classes to absolutely demonstrate what the concept of show don't tell means and how how not to do certain things in writing. But that's neither here nor there. This month is a Neil Gaiman, so I will probably do at least the 1 minute review of each of these by the month's end. I know it's a little late in the month to really be talking about doing this now, but c'est la vie. It's been a crazy couple of weeks. I hope this year gets better than it's been. But I imagine being able to finally say I've read Neil Gaiman's work will be an upside to this month so far. And as you saw me munching away before I go, these are homemade marshmallows. They're tamarind and chamoy, spicy, tangy marshmallows I made at home. If anybody's interested in some of those recipes, I've been thinking about doing some shorts of recipes of how I make some of the weird food that I make. But anyway, until I've got the 1 minute updates, I will catch you next time.